What does it do? Digger by Jennifer Zeiger. Table of Contents. Hard at Work, page 4. Digging in, page 8. Tearing down, cleaning up, page 16. Glossary. Find out more. Index about the author. Hard at work. Have you ever seen an in-ground pool? How about a basement or tunnel? Pools, basements, and tunnels are all very different, but they share something in common. The same kinds of machines help build those structures. Can you guess which machines? Diggers. Digging machines help do many different jobs. Let's look at the word in-ground in the glossary. In-ground, having to do with something that is built into the ground. So if you have a swimming pool that is built into the ground, you have an in-ground pool. So this special kind of machine helps build those structures. It could build an in-ground pool. It could build your school, apartments, houses. So basically, remember that this digger has something in common. It helped build those structures like pools, basement, tunnels. Ask questions. Diggers do more jobs than the ones described in this book. One way to learn more about something is by asking questions. Ask adult family members, do they know people who work with diggers? If so, ask them about other digger jobs. There are many kinds of diggers. Some digs into the ground like a shovel. Others tunnel deep under the ground. Diggers are used to build roads and buildings. Diggers push and pull and drill and scoop. Diggers do all sorts of things. Digging in. Power shovels are one kind of digger. Drivers run the machines. They sit in areas called cabs. The drivers, he or she runs the machines. He or she sits in an area called cabs. The machine has a long arm with a bucket at the end. This bucket scoops dirt. Then the arm lifts the bucket. The upper part of the machine turns. Then the bucket is empty at a different spot. Make a guess. Diggers come in many shapes and sizes. Can you guess why? Hint, hint. What might a digger need to do? Well, a digger need to what? Move heavy things? It might fit into tight spaces, create small tunnels, dig big holes. Would the same machine be right for every job? Of course not. That's why diggers come in many shapes and sizes. Power shovels dig into the ground. They help build foundations. A foundation is the strong base of a building. So I want you to close your eye and think of an apartment complex. Really tall apartments. Yes, the bottom part of the apartment, it's called the foundation. It needs a strong base in order to have a tall building. Bigger shovels are used for mining jobs. They help clear away rocks and soil to reach things such as coal. Wide, deep holes are created. A backhoe loader. This is a little different, isn't it? A backhoe loader. Look at this. Something in the front, something in the back. I wonder why. A backhoe loader can do the job of 2 diggers. There is a special scoop at the front. A shovel with a long arm sits at the back. The shovel digs smaller holes and trenches. Workers lay pipes and cables in trenches. The scoop pushes dirt back into the trenches when they are done. Well, let's look at a backhoe loader. Let's look at the glossary. A backhoe loader is a digger with a special scoop and bucket. See? A special scoop and bucket. Trenches. Do you remember that the shovel digs smaller holes and trenches? Trenches is a long, narrow holes. So it's a long, narrow, very narrow holes or ditches made in the ground. Drills dig in a straight line. Let's take a closer look at the drill. Drills dig in a straight line. Some bore straight down to make water wells. Look, this could make a well. Others are used to bore tunnels underground. So this type of drill can also make a tunnel. Special tunnels may be drilled under certain roads. Tunnels may also be drilled under rivers and other spots. These often hold pipes carrying a natural gas. Natural gas, an example of a natural gas, is oil. Tearing down. Diggers don't just dig. Sometimes they tear down buildings. Look at that. Diggers tear down buildings. Their long arms can reach high places. Diggers also move rocks and dirt. This cleared the way for workers to do their jobs. Sometimes leaves or trash collect in ditches and other places. Diggers can clear this away. Diggers can also help us learn about Earth. Special drills bore deep into the ground. Special drill goes into the ground. They bring back rocks and soil from down below. Why is this useful? It helps miners know where to dig. Other people study the rocks and soil removed by the drill. This can help them learn about Earth's past. Look, do you ever see people working on roads or buildings? Take a good look the next time you do. What sorts of machines are workers using? Do you spot any diggers? How are they helping to get the job done? Diggers make many jobs easier. They dig big holes. It will take too long to dig them by hand. Can you imagine digging up big rocks without these helpful machines? They save us a lot of work. What would we do without diggers? Glossary. Backhoe loader is a digger with a special scoop and bucket. Bore, to make a hole by using a drill. Cabs, areas where the driver sits in the big trucks or machine. Ditches, long openings in the ground used to supply water or lead it away. Foundation, basis on which things are built. In-ground, having to do with something that is built into the ground. Natural gas, a kind of gas found underground and often used for heating and cooking. Structures, things that have been built. Trenches, a long narrow holes or ditches made in the ground. What does it do? Digger. The end.